So here we are starting out. We're in our nice little drop pod. Have a quick look around and you can see it's pretty nice and cramped. And we're up in space as we drop to the
following
planet.
Instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for Fixit Incorporated.
Little
Fixit
check mark with
pioneers
eyes.
have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly. Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings. Chart the planet and gather resources to provide desired results and improve your infrastructure. Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis. Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation.
Obviously, we're not going to have such squiggly conveyors.
And be effective. Warning, planetfall imminent.
Oh, and here we go. We're about to land on the planet. So with that little informational video out of the way, we can get started on building our factory.
Planetfall procedure initialized.
Hope we survive this. It looks pretty rough out there. A lot of fire and alarms blaring. It's a very bumpy landing, my goodness. Ooh, what's happening? And with that, we are about to land on the Dune Desert. This is going to be our new home for the next several months as we explore the planet and harvest everything on it.
Planetfall complete.
Yay, touchdown!
Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%.
Just gotta pull these 2 handles to open this door.
Remember, efficiency first. Godspeed.
We're all about that efficiency. Oh, cool little multi-tool. So right away, there's...
Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary
Massage
star
2
system of
ABB.
Akija.
Okay. Guess that's our new home.
I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers such as
Good
you
to meet you,
in the
Ada.
mission. You are the 3rd of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations. Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding. First objective: please dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a habitat and utility base, from now on referred to as the hub.
So while she keeps talking, we'll take a quick look around.
Cost-effective and efficient.
Obviously, this is a very barren wasteland, which we will soon turn into a beautiful oasis of industry.
Data and communication is recorded and stored in the codex, including these steps.
Thank you, Ada. Alright, so we gotta open up our codex here. And that'll give us basically a rundown on everything we have unlocked, along with tutorial information. So, open that, did that, and we are good. So,
second objective: please ensure you have your Fixit Incorporated Xenozapper equipped before leaving the drop zone.
Sparky.
Note: according to Fixit regulations, every pioneer should have access to a means of defense against extraterrestrial threats. Third objective: please familiarize yourself with the resource scanner to find iron. Note: the acquisition of iron is considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
Yup, iron is our most important resource, so we're gonna immediately try to find some of that. It's our only resource we can find right now. And it looks like we got some over there, next to some copper. So as we go along here, we'll soon turn this very, very barren wasteland into a oh, and we have a little friend over here. Hello, friend. He doesn't seem friendly. Good thing we got our taser. And we'll just give him a few shocks for good measure. Ooh, and he dropped some skeleton. Thank you. Alright, so this is our pure iron ore. Right now we only have this really cheap little chisel to harvest with, but soon we'll get this automated.
Objective: build the hub.
And we gotta build our hub.
To complete this objective, the resources salvaged from the
Oop,
drop
and we got
pod
another
will be
friendo.
consumed.
Ouch.
Caution: ensure the
Packs
hub
a
is
punch.
built on spacious open terrain close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do
got
so will likely result in non-optimal progress.
Alright, so looking around, we want to set up our first special building called the hub. This is our heart of a factory where we do basically everything. Looking around, we're going to want to be near the iron, but we also don't want to be so close to all these things that we can't expand in the future. So I think we'll go over here just a little ways. And looking around, I'm thinking we could set up right down here in the middle of this valley. And with that, our starting platform is built. Very modest start. We have our crafting bench.
Congratulations.
And
You
we
have
got our
unlocked
terminal.
Hub feature, manual craft bench. Hub feature, hub terminal. Fifth objective: complete hub upgrade 1. Note: the craft bench and hub terminal are essential for progression to the next objective.
Thank you, Ada. So right away, we gotta upgrade our hub to get anything more unlocked. So tiers 1 and 2 are completely locked until we finish the hub upgrade. And then higher upgrades will require a space elevator. So right away, I guess we are going to need those 10 iron rods. So we'll just quick craft those up. And luckily the iron rods are pretty cheap to craft. They only require 1 iron ingot a piece. So we got our 10, and we'll just go ahead and pop those into the hub. And upgrade. And now we have this basic frame started for our hub.
Congratulations.
And
You
also
have
this
unlocked
personal storage bin.
building workshop. Equipment portable miner. Inventory additional slots. Hub feature personal storage. Sixth objective: complete hub upgrade 2. Note: portable miners require no power and will
Thank
not
you, Ada. So we've unlocked our equipment workshop. This is going to allow us to build plenty of things that we're going to need for further expansion. We also have tons of building pieces we can use to later expand our factory and really make it our own home. Unfortunately, a lot of these are going to require materials we can't make yet, so those will be off for a little while. So right away, in order to get our equipment workshop, we're going to need a lot more of these iron plates and iron rods. So we'll just get a few of those crafted up. Unfortunately, the plates do require more iron to make them than the rods. So we are going to need a little bit more iron, unfortunately. Let's see, I think it was over here. Oh, what are you then? Yeah, you're iron. Surprised it didn't pick it up. And, oh, I guess that's why. With that, we have probably enough to get our first few things done. We're going to be going all over the place soon enough. But for now, we're going to be sticking local, because there are some dangerous animals out there, I'm sure. Get a few more of these iron ingots crafted up. Unfortunately, this is one of the slower parts. Before you actually get any automation, you have to do everything by hand. And we'll get some of those iron rods built, and then we can go ahead and pop down our equipment workshop, and we'll just put that right next door. So, in here is where we can build several important tools for ourselves. We could build more Xeno Zappers, a portable miner, which will require another 2 rods, and that'll be able to automatically mine for us, give us more of this beautiful iron ore, and then we can of course process that manually ourselves. And we can also craft something special here. This is the More Factory tablet, and we'll just quick build that. Now this is a very special mod. Normally you have a build menu. I can't put it away. But this adds an entirely separate menu of items we can build. So we could build circular walls, or we could build these nice fancy domes. And these are all built into this mod's tablet. So we can build really cool, very immersive factories this way. They are expensive right now, so we can't build anything fancy yet, but we will get to that point, don't you worry. And for pretty cheap, we could build a really interesting old school van. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and put that tablet away because we don't have the resources. And then we will get back to our building. So we needed a few more iron rods in order to get that portable miner set up. And once we do that, we can really get going a lot easier. Get those first few steps towards automation. And we'll go ahead and make sure we have enough materials to build 2 portable miners. That way we can also put one down on the nearby copper node and get that one started as well. So popping in here, we can now build 2 of these beautiful portable miners. And these also don't require fuel, which is very convenient early on. Especially in this desert, there's not much plant life nearby, which is normally the only starting source of energy until you get coal power. I say normally because, of course, we have mods to fix that. Aw, isn't he cute? He'll just expand, and then he'll go to work for us. And there he goes, drilling straight into that iron ore. And you can already see he produces it far faster than we ever could, so we'll just grab all that and we'll go over here to the copper ore. And this is a lovely shade of that green. So we'll just get rid of the central spire of it. And then we can pop down another one of these portable miners, and that'll get us started on the copper. So we'll just head back to base, grab whatever iron ore this guy's been making for us, and then we'll get that turned into ingots and also start working more on upgrading our hub. As you can see, it's currently just that basic frame. We want to finish that off so we can start getting to more advanced crafting. After all, this land ain't gonna build itself, and we need a big factory. Unfortunately, it does take quite a while to craft these ingots by hand. It's gonna be so much faster once we have that smelter. But gotta start slow, and we're gonna start our factory nice and simple. And once we get all these ingots made up and turned into plates and rods, we'll soon be able to upgrade this to the next tier. So let's see, we needed 10 rods, or 10 plates and 20 rods. So go ahead and make another 10 plates. We'll just make an even 20. And then we'll craft the rest into some rods. And then we'll see what we unlock. Go ahead and submit those, and ooh, we now have an enclosure. Pretty small, but it has potential.
You have unlocked hub feature,
and back here,
burner, scanner feature, copper, new buildings and recipes, which can be found in
thank
the
you,
build
Ada. So we now have access to copper along with this biomass burner. This will allow us to generate power by burning anything organic, basically the leaves and trees that are around the map. Or would be around the map, except we're in a desert. There isn't any. What'll we do? Well, We'll just have to figure that out as we go along. So now to get the third upgrade of the hub, which will unlock these wonderful automated constructors, along with some concrete, which we'll need for building, and a few other things, we're going to need to get some copper wire. So we'll go ahead and get that copper ore turned into ingots. And then we can turn it straight into wire. Additionally, we'll have cables. Wire isn't good to have exposed. We got to turn it into cables first to actually use for power, but we'll make it work. And then I believe we also still needed a few more rods and plates. 6 plates and 2 rods. Well, unfortunately, we only have enough to make 6 plates and 1 rod. So we're going to have to go back to the miner, which has been working hard over here to get us out of everything. We'll also just pick all this grass while we're over here. No sense letting it go to waste. And that gave us some leaves, a few wood, and some flower petals. And we'll just process a few more ingots. And get this iron rod. And that'll let us get to tier 3. Just pop these straight in and upgrade. And our home is quickly taking shape.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Scanner Feature Limestone. New buildings and recipes, which can be found in the Build menu and Craft bench respectively. 8th objective, complete hub upgrade 4. Note, use power poles to expand the power network for optimal results.
Alright, so now we have to expand out even further. But we have unlocked a smelter, and this will be really useful for us. With that, we can automate the production of all those ingots, and we also have these power poles and power lines. Unfortunately, the power lines do cost some cables, so we'll have to craft a few of those in order to get going. But we also don't want to use up all of our copper, because we need those to make the power poles. And we'll make a few more iron rods. So hub upgrade 4, what do we need? We need a lot of plates, some cables, and we will need some of that concrete. So where do we have limestone? And we'll send out that ping and search across the map. And looks like there is some over in this direction. So as we go along... Ooh. That might be something special over there. Not sure if you guys can see that or not. I know what that one is, but that might be a very special thing over there, which we'll have to get to when we have more materials to work with. Send out another pulse, see where that limestone is. It is over here. Oh. And we'll just get out our zapper, just in case there's anything hiding in all this brush. Ooh. We have just found something very special. This is from a power generation mod, and what we can do is eventually put a power turbine in this river, and it'll generate power for us based off the current. But we don't have that yet. And we just found some berries. And I just heard something. There he is. Hey, buddy, wanna play? Zap! Luckily, these guys aren't too hard to deal with. They're pretty basic in terms of their attack, since they only charge us, but we'll find much harder baddies later on. So we'll just get some of this limestone, which we can turn into concrete. This will be very important for us to automate right away so we can expand out our foundations and build a really nice area for our base. Ooh, this one looks reachable. We'll go straight over to this guy. Of course, he's guarded. Well, we can take care of him pretty quickly. Hi, buddy. Ow. And we'll just zap you a few times. Come back. And zap. Haha. So this is a green power slug. Now, these might seem pretty boring and harmless, but they will be very instrumental in upgrading our factory long term. But we'll get to that when the time comes. For now, we'll just pop them into storage at home. And we'll just grab up some of that copper ore as we walk past. And there we go. Ooh, this has been upgraded. So in here we now have some nice beds. Looks like a few lockers. I'm guessing this is some sort of fridge. And yeah. Ooh, and we have the best thing of all, a toilet. And there's no toilet paper. Oh no. So yeah. Nice little cozy home for us. So right away, we're going to need some more plates and rods if we're going to try to automate anything at all. So we'll just get a few of those crafted up here. It certainly does take quite a while to make all these ingots, since it takes 3 seconds to make an ingot, and then you gotta process it down into whichever resource you want. This is why we like to automate things. All those wonderful factories will soon be doing this very boring menial work for us. And we'll just get a nice handful of iron rods and iron plates, and then we can be off to start building our factory. And luckily we already have been gathering some of these nice leaves and wood, and that'll be used to start our power source. And I guess I also need some cement, so good thing we also got some of that limestone. So we can't build too many, but we do have enough for 8 of these power pole Mark 1s. So we'll just go ahead and pop one down here in front of our generators, and we'll wire it up. And then we'll just pop over this ridge to right in front of our iron ore. So we need more wire. Of course we do. Well, I guess we better get some wire. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic evening. It's probably about midnight here, so depending on where you are, you probably are in bed or maybe even getting off work. So, luckily, wire is 2 wire per ingot, so that'll help us get a bigger stockpile real quick compared to trying to make those plates where it takes 3 ingots to make a plate. So that should get us going. And one thing we'll do is we will add some of these buildings straight to our hotbar so it's easier to build them right away. We do not have any conveyors yet, which is unfortunate. So we'll just have to plan that out, and it occurs to me we can't actually build a constructor yet, so we are just going to start off with a basic furnace. So we'll just hook that up and we will pop our iron ore into it. Now right away we don't have any power, so we better go pop some of these leaves into the biomass burner. That way we can get this thing online. So we'll jump over here, and as you can see, we don't have any fuel, and thus we have no power. So we'll just pop in all of our leaves, and that will slowly deposit into there, grind it up, and produce power for us. And then we can pop over here and see that this foundry will now produce 30 of these ingots per minute. So it's much faster than we were. Now, we actually probably have enough iron ore to keep us going for a while, so I'm going to pick up this miner, and we're going to take him over to the limestone to automate that one a bit. And as we walk by, we'll also grab this copper ore. And do we have enough for another smelter? We do indeed. So I will pop this one next to the copper and wire it up. And it looks like we are actually missing cable, so we'll have to finish that in a moment. It really is quite beautiful at night, though, and it does reveal these power slugs very easily. So you can see him way up there in a hard-to-reach spot, and they'll be scattered all over the map. And that appears to be a yellow one. So the green ones are in easy-to-reach places. Can find them all over, like there's one right there, and there's hundreds of them scattered around the map. It's a very, very large map. But we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for those and collect as many as we can, because they'll be useful in the future. And with that, our next portable miner is online and is mining away at this limestone. So we're going to get a nice couple of those to begin with, and then we'll just leave him running. Again, so nice that they don't require any fuel, they just run away until they're full. But unfortunately, they can't be automated, so we're going to want to get to those higher tier ones soon. And the sun is currently coming over the horizon and is beautiful over there. Those nice purple skies, the really strange arches, and it looks like maybe even another planet over there. So yep, don't have any cable, so we can't hook up that copper yet. But we'll go ahead and swing by this one and grab whatever iron ingots it has, as well as popping in some more iron ore for it to process. Alright, so we clearly need to get some more cable. We'll get a few more of those. And that'll let us set up a second smelter to do our copper ore. So we'll branch it off this same line. And then we can just plug it right in. Now it's not running yet. I think I forgot to set it to copper ingots and put some more in. And with that, we are now making copper ingots. And you can see just that tiny bit of pollution up there. But such is the price for progress. We're gonna have to keep making more. Alright, so these first few factories are online. They're very simple. It's just a smelter, but we'll soon fix that. So what do we need for the hub? So we need 10 concrete, 20 cables, and a 75 plates, and that'll give us these nice conveyor belts to start working with and automating everything with. So we've got 40 plates. We're gonna need 75, and we can make up to 72 right now, so we'll just get that started. And then we also need cable, which we can make 7 of. We need 7 more. And then concrete we're going to need to run back to that miner. Before we do, I'm going to just pop this power slug in here for safekeeping, along with the flower petals and this wood, and our tablet that we're not using right now. Oh yeah, there's the sun coming right over the horizon, and soon it's going to be a blindingly hot day in this desert. Luckily they don't have environmental effects to be concerned about, or else we would probably die first. And we'll just get some more copper to pop into the smelter. And it looks like we are unfortunately out of power. So we're going to have to fix that soon, or else we're not going to be able to automate anything, let alone our massive factory. So we'll just pick up as much of this grass as we can. Luckily we don't have to rely on biomass for too long. Otherwise it would be a lot of this harvesting. And let's check in on our miner. He's been working hard and has got us 182, so that should be enough for roughly 60 concrete. And we only need the 10, so we'll just save the rest for when we start building our factory up, making it look nice and beautiful. We can always do just a very simple and open concept, but it's more fun to decorate everything and make it very impressive. A few more grass we can pick in here. And we'll start off by getting power restored again, because we want those things to be running as much as possible. We don't want breakdowns to be occurring. Alright, so make up that concrete, and that'll give us the 10 we need, but we might as well process the rest for later. Or at least enough for later. And then we need cables, which means we need wire. We got 13 cable already. And now we're gonna have the 20 we need. So we'll just pop all of that in, and we'll upgrade the hub one final time. Alright, it's coming together nice now.
Congratulations, you have unlocked building conveyor belts and
Thank you,
poles.
Ada. Oh, it looks like we have to do another tier of the hub. And this will give us our miners, so these will be really nice. It'll automate our resource extraction, make it so much easier rather than having those little portable miners. So let's see, this doesn't look too expensive. We just need a bunch of cables, some iron rods, and some cement. So we can quick craft up the rest of that concrete. And we can get those iron rods, real simple. And then last thing we need is those cables. So we got to make these wires first, followed by the cable. And it looks like we might actually have to go and get a few more iron ingots. Just process the rest of that. Yup, we have 58, and we only needed 50. Looks like we are ready to go. And upgrade to tier 5.
Congratulations, you have unlocked.
Alright, with that we've unlocked a few more buildings.
Building, storage container, hub
And we've
feature,
unlocked a
additional
second biomass burner back here.
10th objective, complete hub upgrade 6. Note, there are no notes.
Thank you, Ada. No notes. Alright, so it looks like this will be another hub upgrade. A lot of those. So with that, we might actually want to try to get a few things automated. So constructors unfortunately require reinforced plates. The miners we can start to get online, and the smelters we already have, so those won't be too difficult. The other thing is, of course, these conveyors. They're simple iron plates, iron rods, and cement. And we will be using a ton of conveyors everywhere, so we're just going to want to bookmark those. So to make these constructors is the hardest part, we're going to need some of those reinforced plates. So in order to do that, we got to first make some of these iron rods into screws. And then I believe it was 2 reinforced plates per building, so right away we're just going to want 2 of them. Or 4 of them. And that'll also need a few more cable, which we don't have, so go out again. And the miner we will need more cement for. And we are once again out of power. So yeah, early game it's going to be a lot of this back and forth, trying to make sure we have enough power. Luckily we do still have some wood, and that'll burn for a bit longer. Hopefully long enough to get us up and operational with better tech. So once again, just making some of those wires up, and then we'll turn those into cable. And we also want to get enough cement so we can build 2 of those miners and get those automated. Now, of course, the one downside to all this automation is going to be the power consumption. So since we don't have any real convenient source of power yet, it might actually be difficult to power everything, but we'll do our best. So right away we could build on the copper, but we're going to actually build on the iron because that's more important this early in the game. So we'll go ahead and pop down our miner, and we'll just we can't afford that, so I guess we're not buying that. And we'll put some power into it. And right away we can watch as this drill begins to spin and lower straight into the iron ore deposit. And that's going to produce some lovely iron ore, which we will need to process and turn into ingots, and then we can make everything else. Isn't automation wonderful? So, needed a few more plates to automate that. And honestly, we can just leave the limestone one way over there doing work, and we'll just build another miner. Because why not? That way we can get the copper ore. So, but right away we can now connect this conveyor belt to the miner and to the smelter. And we can already see, here comes the iron ore, and that'll go straight in for melting into these beautiful iron ingots. And as it happens, we can also go to the next step. So we'll put down a constructor and hook that up to everything. And we are going to need another power pole over here. And we'll hook that up. And we want you to make iron plates for us. And now our iron plates are automated. Isn't that wonderful? Yay. And these, of course, are just the few starting items we need. It only gets more complicated from there. And it looks like we actually just ran out of power again, so isn't that wonderful? Guess we better go on a harvesting spree. Clear out all this hideous nature in order to replace it with beautiful automation. And that sun's already climbing very high in the sky, so luckily we don't have too much to worry about on the surface here for dangerous animals, at least in this starting area. And we'll just go ahead and collect as much of this leaves and petals and stuff as we can to burn. And as we gather all this up, we'll just make sure that there's nothing too dangerous around. We've already seen some of those initial enemies can do some damage, so we don't want to find anything more hostile yet. I see something moving over there, and it's one of the really tall balloony boys. Once we get a closer look at him, you'll see how ridiculous he looks. Like, these guys are just... they're like a blimp with spindly legs. Like, they're cool and all, but, like, I don't know what kind of thing had to evolve to make this. Like, just these spindly legs with these huge nails, and then just... like, his stomach almost reminds me of a, whale. Blue whale. But it is majestic in a way. So we'll just leave him alone. He's not bothering anyone. And we'll go back to collecting all this leaves so that we can burn them. And since we're already in this general area, let's go check in on our limestone. So this guy's been hard at work, and he's probably... yeah, he's almost full. So he had 470 in him. So he would have stopped working if we hadn't come harvested from him, so good thing we did. We'll just grab a few more of these leaves on our way home, and then we'll pop them into the burners and get everything back online. Yep, because everything is at a standstill, and we don't want that. We want to be producing as many resources as we can. And we're also going to hook up the second burner just to have that extra bit of power. So pop in all these leaves, and there we go. And now everything will be back online and operational. So what were we working on? We were working on, I believe, starting up the copper mine. Oh, but we were, of course, 1 cement short. So, gotta make more of that. And soon we'll have that automated as well, and then we won't have to worry about it ever again. So in order to do that, we better also just get a few more of those reinforced plates. And now, of course, we don't have enough to make the miner. So we'll just get a few more of those ingots. Oh, actually, we can just get the plates directly. That's even easier. Yay for automation! Alright, so our second miner, we'll just make sure it's pointed to the smelter. And then we can hook it up. Gonna branch off another power pole just so that we can head over to the limestone. And we'll put down a constructor. And we'll get that plugged in. And we want this to be making copper wires for us. So there we go, and now that's running very smoothly. And we'll pop the rest of our copper ore into there, and our copper ingots into there. And now we can walk away and never have to worry about it again. And we'll bring you with us. Oh darn, we don't have wire. Guess we better get some. Yay. Unfortunately, it looks like we also need cable. Rather than running all the way back, we'll just pop this down, make the cable, and then pick it up again. And we'll also just grab a few more of those wires. Alright, so run this down the dunes here, and we'll go across the river, and then we'll get that cement automated. Could have sworn it was right around here. Oh, there it is. So, unfortunately, we do need one more cable, which we cannot afford. So that's fun. But let's grab our miner so that we can upgrade him. He's been working so hard for us. And we will pop him down again, but this time bigger and better. So yep, we don't have enough cable. So we'll just quick head back across and grab a few more wires and turn them into cable. And now we should have plenty of wire. turn it into a few more cables. And then we should be all set to finish up these first few things to automate. Alright, so our power line's there. We're going to plug in our miner. And we are going to then build a constructor. And we're going to just pump this right into there. And we want to make sure that it has power as well, otherwise it won't do anything. And now we can just pop in all of our limestone, and this will make cement for us. Yay! And with that, we can basically sit back and watch as all the resources pile up for us. Alright, so now that that's working, we can head on back and see where we're at. I believe Tier 6 is the final upgrade to our hub before we get to the bigger stuff. Alright, so we're going to need quite a few iron rods for this, as well as iron plates, copper wire, and 50 cement. So let's go ahead and see how our automation is done. And I just heard the power go out. Lovely. Well, we got a few wood to hold it off, but it's not going to last for long. Guess we're going to have to go on another leaf picking spree. But in the meantime, we can go ahead and get all these beautiful iron plates. Everything just shut down again. Lovely. The joys of early power. As you can see, we are currently producing 0, and we need right about 30 megawatts. So, yup, everything is now at a standstill. It's a shame we don't have a faster way to automate this biofuel. Otherwise, this would be much simpler. But we'll have power solutions soon enough once we finish our initial upgrades of the hub. Just pick a bunch more grass. And we'll go ahead and see what else we can find. Oh, there's one of those balloony boys again. I don't... Nope, there he is. And ole! Come here, buddy. Not gonna hurt you, I'm just gonna tase you. Hold still, and zap. And one more. And there he goes. Now, what is this blue thing? Oh, I guess it's just a plant. Thought it might have been another hostile creature trying to attack us. Oh, and it looks like we actually just found some more iron ore on accident, so that's useful. We'll have to remember it's here. Now let's see, how much would that cost us? So, it would cost us all of our rods, but I think it's worth it. So what we're going to actually do is pop down a storage container, and then we'll just pump all of the cement we produce straight into that, and it'll save us some storage room, because these have 24 slots that can hold 500, versus this, which can only hold 500. So that'll really increase our capacity over time. That way we don't have to come back here and empty it all the time. Looks like another planet or a moon over there. Maybe we can reach there eventually. And there's that one, and there's the beautiful blaring sun of this desert. Should have started somewhere more lush. After all we got are these few berries to satisfy us. Well, hopefully we got enough biomass to keep us burning for a little bit. We can pop that 10 wood in there and trip the surf breaker. How's this one doing? We'll pop 100 leaves in there. And let's go ahead and see what else we can do. So we need another 30 copper, another 21 cement, and then we need 100 iron rods, which unfortunately we don't have that one automated. So crafting by hand it is. And we're just going to process all those ingots we have straight into iron rods since we have the other one automated. And I just heard the power trip again. Hooray. Well, pop those in there, and then we can go ahead and throw those leaves into this burner. And that'll keep it running for a while. Or at least hopefully long enough to finish this. So there's our iron plates. Go get the copper wire and we'll get the cement, and then we will upgrade to hub 6. 42, that should be enough. And we'll just grab the rest of that cement, and it is perfect amount. So we'll get back, pop this into the hub, and then we will be off to the races. Alright. Pop in the cement, and did we not grab the copper wire? I could have sworn we did. Well, now we got 90. That'll be plenty. And let's pop in that wire and upgrade to tier 6. Ooh, that looks cool. Wonder what this back area is going to be for.
Congratulations, you have unlocked building space elevator. Building
I guess that's what it's
burner.
for.
Heart biomass. Motivational message.
Hopefully it lands better than SpaceX.
You succeeded in every provided task. On behalf of Fixit Incorporated, I thank you for your current and future service. Additional knowledge. The hub terminal has been converted to give access to milestones there to ensure you progress along Fixit-approved protocols.
Thank you, Ada.
Future developments.
And with that, it looks like we have completed almost everything required. Though, for some reason, it is not giving us access to these, which is strange. I guess perhaps we have to first build the space elevator. Oh, there it goes. Now we have them. Alright, so we now have access to Tier 1 and Tier 2. And right away, we are going to go for Refined Power Mark 1. That's going to cost us quite a few iron plates and rods, but it'll make it so much easier early on to get power. Well, thanks for everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to continue this series for quite a while, so starting next time we'll get to work on those Tier 1 upgrades, get those power generation online so we're no longer short of power all the time, and then we'll start working on building our incredible factory. Obviously it's going to start small, but we're going to soon automate everything, and we're going to make it as big as possible and as fancy as possible. So I hope to see you guys then, and thanks again for streaming in. You are truly Nova Forged. Have a great rest of your night.